Is this thing working? Spike's RT blog date, October 31st, 2013. Happy Halloween, everybody! I am wearing my Doctor Who outfit. I even got my sonic screwdriver. I'm planning on wearing this to a costume contest, which is going to be televised on our local television station. It's going to be early this morning. I hope I'll at least place. I don't know, we'll see. But earlier this month, I went to the North Carolina State Fair, and if you were looking on the CNN website, you probably have heard that there's been an accident over there, and I was there that night. Now, what had happened was, well, it actually happened about an hour after I had left, but I was in the midway at the time. What happened was there's this ride called Vortex, and no, it's not the little axis thing. It's actually like the claw. If you remember, it's got these seats and it's like flips, spins around. This is a dual claw type ride. But what had happened was they were unloading the ride, and the ride started up by itself, and a total of 5 people were hurt. So they had investigated, and it turned out that the safety devices were tampered with. And the one who was running the ride was arrested and has had 3 charges of assault with a deadly weapon causing injury. I've always said that you could use anything as a weapon, but I never thought you would place a carnival ride as a deadly weapon. That's kind of sophisticated. So, see, I never went on that ride, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. I have went on other rides. I have gone to just the regular claw, which it did break down once, but nothing major. I went on the Enterprise, which it's kind of like Zero Gravity, which is that centrifuge ride, except you're in a vehicle, and as it spins around, you're kind of leaning sideways, and then it starts tilting up, so you're kind of flipping over and over again. That was a fun ride. But other than that, NC State Fair was excellent. So if you pass by the Raleigh area and somewhere in the middle of October, check it out. And it seems television just won't leave us alone once again. This time on a show called Storage Wars Texas. Now, I have seen the regular Storage Wars. It is entertaining to watch, but I kind of lost respect for them now. What happened was a pair bought a unit, just like the show usually does. They buy it because they see this chest on the side. It's like an antique chest, and so I'm like, okay. And when they open it up, they find 3 costumes, 3 of them. Why they would place them in a chest, I don't know. Then again, I use a storage bin to carry my stuff around, so whatever. So it would be alright, but then one guy starts talking about the fetish once again. Try to straighten out my tie here. But so they go to this house, supposedly furries, and when they open the door, someone in a wolf costume comes out and he starts howling and stuff. And they go inside. There's another person. It's a woman in a bunny suit, and they said that they were yiffing. And they're like, so they show them the costumes, and they get all excited and stuff. And then in total $500 worth of costumes, which really isn't that much. I see a lot of problems besides the sexual parts. First of all, the costumes put in there, they're generic. That they are not high quality costumes. I guarantee you, look on eBay, you'll see a lot of them that are made in China. Guarantee you. Yeah, they don't look. They look rental quality. And the next problem I have. When you're conducting business, I can't see anyone wearing an animal costume. I just don't see that. If you're going to be conducting business, act like a normal person. Why would you tell them you're living in the first place? That's your personal business, not theirs. I just don't get it. Yeah, I'd rather not go into detail on that, but. And especially when they saw, there's this one particular costume that they were all excited over, a panda costume. How they were acting was over the top. I could tell that these were actors, not real furries. So they showed this panda costume. They're saying, oh, this is like high quality. No, it isn't. It's generic. This is like rental quality. I can't see why anyone would get overly excited about it. And they say that particular panda costume is $300, which is really not that much. You can see a lot of those on eBay that were made from China. They're cheap costumes. So yeah, I am highly disappointed with this show. I watch this show all the time. Now I lost a lot of respect for it. So yeah, how they portray this was not very good. And you want me to back it up? The results of the Anthrocon survey from the Anthropomorphic Research Project has recently been released, and the results suggest that there is little relationship between furries and clinical diagnosis of a psychological dysfunction. Now, I want to state that their goal, and I'm quoting from them, is to understand why the furry fandom is so frequently associated with dysfunction in popular culture and lay theory. So, like I said, little relationship between furries and psychological dysfunction. Though those identifying more strongly as furries tend to be particularly active, vivid, and magical mental worlds. Yeah, they report more of that, but that's really scientific phrasing, saying that we're more creative. Okay, nothing more. And about 4% were at least 2.25 times more likely to have Asperger's syndrome than the general population, even after controlling for different sex ratios. I myself has Asperger's syndrome, but it's really just a mild form of autism. But I perform very well despite that. Okay. They also mentioned that being furry was not associated with anxiety disorders or medical conditions. And quoting once again, it was marginally associated with psychological and relationship well-being. And those identifying as Therians did not differ from non-Therian furries on measurements of most psychological conditions, well-being, or health, but differed in several cognitive factors and were more likely to have been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. So, and just to give you an idea, there was the sample was 820 who had participated. And there were questions that assess symptoms frequently associated with clinical I can't even say these scientific words. Lycanthropy. I can't say it. And there were numerous scales which assess various indicators of physical and psychological well-being. So, so yeah, guys,
We're not crazy. We're not, okay?
all right. Now I recently came across an article. I'm not much into the NBA, but New Orleans recently dropped the Hornets names that they decided to go with the Pelicans. Not exactly the name I would have gone with, but all right. But just a few days ago, they released who their mascot was. So what is it? Like what are these? White, athletic birds? These the white feathers. What the fuck? What the hell? Was he swimming around in a toilet when someone was pissing in it? That is hideous. That's one of the worst costumes in the professional level I have ever seen. What the hell were they thinking? I'm just blown by the design team who decided to go with this. I mean, look at it. It's scary. I mean, that face is going to give me nightmares. Ay. Just when I thought it wasn't going to get any worse. I thought they got rid of the Hornets, and now they have to come up with that thing. Well, let me get my mind off that by giving you some upcoming events. Aside from Halloween parties that might be going on, whatever you guys are going to do for tonight. For November, we got 5 events going on. First up is FangCon, which is actually coming up this weekend, which will be held in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee to be exact. Halloween, which will be held in Burnaby, British Columbia on November 2nd. So, a little late for Halloween, but whatever. The Cologne Fur Dance will also be on the 2nd of November, being held in Cologne, Germany. Golden Leaves Con from the 14th to the 17th, which will be held in Switzerland. And then the next big con, 22nd to the 24th, Midwest Fur Fest, which I will be there. My fursuit, Loki, he is questionable right now. He is still in refurbishment. I made a phone call to the guys that are helping him out. They said that they're going to be doing a little more adjusting, especially with the eyes. So it may take a little bit longer. So right now, his appearance is questionable right now, but we will see if he is going to come around. Hopefully, he will. But he's got about, 3-4 weeks from now? Yeah, just a little over 3 weeks from now. So, that's pretty much it. So, enjoy our Halloween, everybody. Spike Pap logging out.